here. Well, I tried to go the back way and it was less traffic. Let's put it like that.
Just a couple notes before we get started. Doors to the PMAC will open 30 minutes earlier than they typically do. Tomorrow night they'll open at 5:30, and then the ring ceremony will begin at 6:20, followed by the banner raising and the Final Four banner unveiling. So that's the timeline. We're trying to get that out to folks just so everybody's in their seat by 6:20. So if y'all could help us push that message, we'd appreciate that. We'll open it up. Questions? Raise your hand. We'll get a mic.
Are you looking forward to the, banner being raised and rings being given out to kind of get closure on last season?
Well, I was looking forward to it, period. No, I don't know about closure. I think closure, um, you could look at closure as at any point, but yeah, I guess it can be viewed that way. I'm just excited about it, and I'm probably more excited about those that are getting one for the first time. It's just fun for me to see the emotions involved when they look at that ring and have great memories.
Hey, coach. So when you looked at the film from the game on Monday, what did you see, and
I haven't
what
looked
did you
at it.
jump out at?
I
What jumped
haven't
out
looked
at you?
at it. We had yesterday off, and it was a good thing, right? We're gonna go in there when I'm done with y'all. And that new locker room, film room. Who I hope they got some good paint on those walls.
Yeah, you talked, I think, about energy and effort after the game. Is that what you feel?
Michael, you play this game and coach in this game, you're gonna lose games. Losing hurts, but what hurts me more is what I witnessed on that floor. Effort, energy, fight, heart. Who are y'all? Now, I'm not talking about the transfers and the freshmen. I'm talking about those that have been in this program underneath me. And that's going to be mainly what I address. And the film will show it. The film will not be about missed shots. The film will be about defense. What are you doing? What are you doing? The film will be about just grit and guts and that on that floor the other day, they need to tell me why. Um, I told y'all what we were facing with Colorado. I told them what we were facing with Colorado. You don't have that many players that are returning seniors, graduates that haven't played many minutes together. They finished in the Sweet 16. They lost to Iowa by 10. I knew what we were facing this early in the season. So I'll take responsibility for even scheduling it. But we're okay. The sun will come out. The sky's not falling in. It's one game. Let's go back to work. But we got a lot to fix.
Hey, coach. As tomorrow you're going to watch the banner go up, the players are going to get their rings. Memories, right? What were some of your favorite memories from the championship run?
Well, I don't know that I could pick just one. Championship. There's no way I can screw this up. I remember Flage running with 50 something seconds to grab me, and I thought, I hope she doesn't knock me down. I remember my grandchildren, my daughter, my son in law. I remember looking across the floor at all the LSU people. Um, just the moment that you realized it was really happening. I remember that vividly. Um, and then things that happened through those 6 games that helped you get there. I had to make a decision to change the lineup, which is you're either going to be successful with that decision or you're not, and I felt like we were. I always say you got to have a little luck along the way. The young lady for Utah missing the free throws, I think about that. Um, so that's what pops in my head today when you ask me this.
Kim, how far along is Haley when it comes to running the point the way you'd like her to?
I think let's be fair. Haley wasn't our problem the other day. Haley was not the problem. Several of them were not the problem. And I will address that with those that I thought were issues. She's not polished by any means. She is a wing player that shoots the ball abundantly her last 3 years at Louisville. And now you're asking her to go play a position where she's responsible for everybody on that court. She's responsible for everything on that court. And that's quite a undertaking. And she had 7 assists. She had 4 turnovers. You need to have 2-to-1 ratio, assists to turnovers. But when we get in that film room, I will be able to sit with them and address the defensive end of the floor. If there's 2 things you ever write about me when I'm dead and gone and not coaching anymore, I think people will tell you a Mulkey coach team, they're going to guard you and they're going to rebound. We didn't guard. We rebounded very poorly. And that's not our identity. That's not my identity as a coach. And it's my job to get us to that mindset again. And we'll get there. I just don't know when. It's almost like last year's team piecing it together. You got 2 transfers that can score the ball, but they don't know how to defend the way we want. You got returning players. You got a freshman that's got to play. You got a sophomore who has to fill in for a 5th-year senior from last year. So that's what we're doing. And we'll get there. I just cannot tell you when.
Watching on television, your body language the other night said that you weren't entirely disappointed with the outcome. That maybe did it teach them a lesson that you wanted to be taught?
Well, I would use a different word than disappointed. I was not surprised. I was definitely disappointed in all those areas I mentioned: effort, heart, guts, intensity, passion. But I was not surprised that they were a little bit more polished than we were, that they exposed us in certain areas. And you only lost by 14 as bad as we were. And so we'll get in there, and y'all make sure y'all take your cameras and leave, because you might hear it all the way down the hall.
you need to stay ahead in business. Use AI to generate whole new possibilities. With the most experience in the cloud, imagine how AWS can transform your business.
Velez, the freshman out of the Bronx, off the mark for
Again.
Sherrod. I mean, what else can you say?
Again, comes up with the loose ball, Sherrod.
And they can sense it, they can feel it, and now the sigh of relief. As Las Vegas has turned into the we always talk about how she is like Kim Mulkey. She said she's got a little Angel Reese in her too. The feistiness on the other side though is Colorado. A two-time MVP. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
And I think the biggest thing is the development as well.
That's right, Angel. You know, Coach Mulkey and her players rave about what Michaela Williams brings to this team. Haley Van Lith said it's her confidence that stands out. She said she's on a team full of vets that have already done the big things.
Been able to do in the last few seasons at Colorado. She's done it once again, going downhill, slicing and dicing.
Finding herself in the paint. Sadler sends it up the floor. Sarah Rose Smith knocks down the triple and gives them their biggest lead.
So if you're Colorado, you want to keep this more of a half-court game.
See them slowing things down as Sherrod wanted the screen. Stop it.
Is that a little jelly on it?
Stop it. No to the three for Von Lay. Yes to Sherrod. Getting the steal. Taking it herself. Sends it to Smith. Wow. I mean, the stats definitely show it. You saw at the bottom of the screen. LSU over the last 2 years, 7-5 and trailing at halftime.
Good shots to get great shots. We've seen Colorado do just that. 2 shots by 2 seniors leads to a 3 by Frida. And I'm that old, so Angel,
I just wanted to look at you for your reaction.
the roll, Frida.
Not a link that she was going to have to shoot over as they're now under the 10 mark for the shot clock. Wow, Frida! Louisiana, and she has 8 points in this quarter. The dish to Von Lay, going over everyone at one.
They were in, so she didn't know what offense to call.
Approaching the 1 minute mark. Frida left alone. Bad idea.
Trying to get to the spot.
And you said it earlier, just the dead ball turnovers too.
There's got to be somebody in the middle of this Colorado zone.
Live ball turnover leads to that. It's good to see Anissa Morrow back in the ball game too, after being checked for the knee earlier from Taylor Rook's report. How about it? This is the biggest lead for Colorado. 8-0 run, Von Lay, add to it, why don't you?
You're talking about the most outstanding player.
Kendall Letta saying, I can lead the break, finds Frida. Frida!
And she yells to the bench. And that's what LSU hung their hat on last year, and that's why they were national champions last year. Miller knocking down the 3. It's raining threes, Angel.
What do you say?
Again, comes up with the loose ball, Sherrod.
And they can sense it, they can feel it, and now
and scores together, and now you can get it without a satellite. One more reason to
Welcome back to another video. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So LSU women's basketball team has a bounce back game tonight against a team that they should dominate, they should destroy, they should beat 120 to 30 or something like that. They're playing Queen University of Charlotte. The game is going to be on SEC Network, 8 p.m. Eastern. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. And won't necessarily be the test that we're looking for, but it'll be a good tune-up game, a good bounce-back game, like I said earlier, a good game where Kim Mulkey is going to be definitely checking the little things out. She's going to be seeing if Angel Reese is going to be leading, playing defense, hustling. She's going to check out, is Flau'jae going to be committing these crazy fouls and doing some of the stuff they got her to be on the bench a lot during the game against Colorado. She's going to check out Anissa Murrow. Can she get more than 6 points, be more of a factor? How is Haley Van Leaf just going to distribute and even limit her turnovers from 4 to 0? Little things like that I'm pretty sure Kim Mulkey is really going to start to analyze, or really going to start to harp on, because she understands that her team needs motivation. Her team needs to understand that when you play these top flight teams, you got to come with your A game. And I know those players individually know this, but collectively as a unit, they have to establish the same type of mentality that it requires to beat teams like Colorado. So like I said, definitely is going to be an easy win tonight, but it's bigger than just the scoreboard. It's more about, like I said, seeing what each individual is going to do consistently. When you get tired, are you going to continue to rebound, attack the ball? Are you going to continue to do the things that's going to help LSU win against South Carolina and teams of that nature? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be some of those people like last year Poa from the championship game that's going to step up and, even though it's not a huge game, it's still a big game for LSU women's basketball team. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
To end up back in that position from last year. The freshmen are hungry, and it kind of helps us as seniors and upperclassmen, because I've personally never had freshmen on my team, especially freshmen with this much talent. And just being able to know that we have so much depth, anyone can take someone's spot, so we're all competitive, and it just makes practice more fun because we're all competing for the same thing.
What do you see in Michaela Williams? Does she look like a typical freshman, or is
Nah, she's built like me, so it's kind of scary. But she's just explosive. She works hard. She gets after it. And then she'll joke with you on the side. So like it kind of just makes everything more fun because we all have our own individual personalities. But especially when you're working hard on the court, and then you can joke off the court or even on the court. It just makes everything more complex in a way.
What is the goal this year? I mean, well, first of all, finished second in the SEC last year. I would imagine winning the SEC title is one of the goals. But it's is it to be? We have a chance to be remembered as a truly great team in the history of the game. I mean, y'all have that kind of talent. Is it y'all thinking that?
I want to say there's a lot of things that we didn't accomplish as a team last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's some returners back, but we're just looking to do everything that people say we couldn't do. It's more for self in the state of Louisiana more than anything. So, like, of course, SEC is a goal. Even regular conference is a goal. So, we're going to put these goals out there, but we're going to try our hardest to get out there. And, we're just going to let God do what God does.
you're working on your second full year in Louisiana? Are you enjoying it? Have you totally adjusted? Do you have like a little routine?
Oh, yeah.
Favorite restaurants or little hits that you hit?
I got some restaurants that I like out here. Still trying new things. I got a full year, maybe another one to get into, figuring out what else is out here. But there's no other place like Louisiana.
Family comes down a good bit?
Yeah, definitely.
And do they love coming down?
They do. My little brother loves the weather out here, so that's a good thing.
So he likes the humidity.
Yeah, he does. He's a Scorpio baby too, so it's kind of weird, but he likes anything with water.
So Haley says she's having a rough time with the humidity.
Really?
Yeah. Since she gets out of bed in the morning, she's sweating.
It happens. You got to get used to it. She'll get used to it by, I want to say, middle of the year. She'll be fine.
Well, you hit on a little bit and was asking Flage about it, the what we call the banquet circuit, where you win a national championship and you're eating a lot of fancy meals. And was there a point where you're like, man, this is getting out of hand. I got to cut back because it's, championship teams around LSU have had that little bit of a problem where they're fighting to get back in shape for the season.
I think for the most part, no. You get fed like that year round messing with LSU. So I think it's just maybe the desserts might be the thing. You got king cake that just doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. So I think after a while you just kind of realize, like, all right, it's season time. I got to do what I got to do to stay in shape for the season.
Not only the food, really, but people telling you you're great, and that we're saying that too. I mean, you guys are going to be preseason number one probably. So how do you maintain that hunger, that drive? Like you said, is it the influx of new players? Does that help?
Just making sure that, like, we take care of business. Every time you step on the court for practice, or even a lot of us come in here on our off days, or even right after practice, we're putting up extra shots. Just staying hungry. You can't let anybody outwork you, and if someone else is outworking you, you're not doing something right in practice.
With this influx of talent, what does it mean for you? What might be different about your role?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still putting the pieces together. But whatever coach needs me to do, I'll do it. I'm a team player, so that's all that matters to me.
What do you think of Haley?
She's a stud.
We asked about, it's almost like a dream team of women's college basketball, but is it, and everybody on the outside said, is that going to be manageable? Might they implode? What are your thoughts on it? Have you seen any issues, or you think that's going to be way overblown?
I think people have their own agendas, and their own opinions. They said a lot about us last year, and we anything that happened between us, we kept it between us and worked through it.
Who's want to put their foot down as far as teammates the most? Like, would it be a team meeting or?
I think it was all of us. I mean, Angel was captain, but Angel is she's very outspoken and very well worded. So whenever she says something, we would always piggyback on it. And everybody just knew that, we weren't coming at them a certain way. We were just trying to be there for them. Constructive criticism.
You're right. Because, from the outside looking in, it looks like it'd be any one of y'all. Because y'all are all kind of similar in that regard.
Right.
People are They're gonna love you. I mean, I think you heard y'all sold 9,000 season tickets.
Yeah.
They're gonna love you, or they're gonna hate you. They're gonna love to beat you. I mean, are y'all prepared for that, or does that sound very different from what you faced last year?
Nah, I think we got a target on our back because we won the national championship last year, but we're still hungry as if we never did it, and that's just the motto that we're gonna go by.
What's your biggest memory, or what is the thing that keeps coming back in your head from that run last year? Is there a particular moment or anything that just after all these months is sticking out more than others?
On TV and games like, man, that's who I want to play for. I mean, she gets into the players. She has your back with the refs, and like,
Right.
I don't see any other coach like that.
Right. I think, like I said again, the compassion that she has and the passion she has behind the game, that's somebody I want to play for. And I know that she has my back and I have hers.
Would you have come to LSU if she hadn't been here?
I feel like they was definitely on the list as well.
But when she came here, you're like, okay, did they go to the top of the list when she came here?
They probably boosted up a few spots because I feel like a lot of people want to play for Coach Mulkey. She's done this before. She's been through the ropes and everything and can teach the game and what it is to get to the next level.
You're a freshman coming in off of this program, winning a national championship. Right. How do you not allow the pressure, and I hate that word, but the pressure of continuing to have this program at the top?
Right.
Like, how do you not allow that to kind of bog you guys down?
I think being where we are right now, staying in our 2 feet and where we are right now and focusing on that in the future, game by game, play by play, practice by practice, and just locking in on that.
Obviously, in high school, you have a lot of freedom, even, every All-Star games
right.
and whatnot. On a team with this much talent, how have you kind of taken to adjusting, finding your role so far?
I think just being everything that I need to do, whether that's rebounding, whether that's playing defense, just finding little things that I could do to stay on the floor.
Once you got into a practice with Coach Mulkey, and I've seen her practice before.
Right.
When she says something, sometimes it's really sarcastic and really gets into you. Is that something that was hard to get used to, or like the first time in practice she said that, were you like, oh my gosh, she just said that to somebody? I mean, how is that?
No, like I said, on my visits, I saw it pretty much, so I came here ready for it.
You saw it in practice? You came to visit practices?
Yes, Coach Mulkey is the same everywhere. That's something I really love about her. She doesn't change for anybody, so I came in here looking forward to it.
Michaela, you're obviously on the national scene for many years. Did it seem like this day would never get here for you? Or
sometimes I would say something like that, yes, but at the same time, this is something I've dreamed of as well, so I'm just living out my dream.
Is it what you expected?
Yes, it is, and a little bit more.
Is the practices been what you thought, or you handle them okay?
Yeah, I think I'm handling them pretty well. I'm getting better and better by the day.
What was it like when they won the national title? Were you like, man, I'm joining the national championship team? Like, it just like you saw this ball keep getting more momentum last year.
Right.
What's your thoughts as the tournament went on? Like, well, it's one more step.
Yeah, I was super excited. I was there when I watched it. It was chills going down my body to know that I'm coming there next year and we can do the same thing again, hopefully.
Where do you feel like your game has improved? I know you've only been on campus a couple months, but what aspects of your game has improved?
I think being here, they've grown my mental aspect of the game and staying in shape and conditioning. That's the biggest thing in my game right now. So I think they've grown that and they just continue to raise my IQ as well.
So we asked Haley, sorry, Mike.
Go ahead.
We asked Haley about your potential and your future. She says you have a very bright future. What's it going to take for things to transpire the way you want to?
Right. I think just being an open book and learning from everybody and all the vets like Haley and Angel and even Flage. So learning from them, learning the ropes, and just taking that in and putting it out on the court.
You can play 3 positions. What is the position that you're likely to be seen at the most minutes?
Whatever position is best for us to win the game.
You don't have a feel for it, like what you're starting to see where you're most likely to spend most of your time yet?
Most likely on the wing, but I can play anywhere for Coach Mulkey. I'll do my job as far as that.
The best thing about Haley is what?
She's an amazing teammate. She's a great leader. She works so hard, and that's just something I want to be when I get older or right now.
It seems like she also brings a kind of, I guess, chip attitude this team kind of has, kind of fits perfectly.
Right. She does fit in perfectly. She works hard. She's fiery, so that's something I like. She kind of reminds me of Coach Mulkey.
Is there like a rating of fiery on this team? Like is there like this Angel the most? I mean,
it depends on the day. Everybody has it.
And is it necessarily that the most vocal ones are the most fiery, or maybe the shy ones are just as fiery? They're just not vocal about it.
Yeah, everybody's fiery. Everybody's the same. Some people just show it differently.
Where do you rank on that scale? You seem a little too laid back.
No, I feel like on the court, I'm a whole different person. Basketball just brings out the competitiveness out of me. So on the court, I'm a whole different person. Off the court,
is there a tell when you've had enough, or like when you're most fired up? Is there a tell? Is there a facial expression, or
you'll hear me?
You hear you?
You hear me?
Obviously, Kim has a history of playing freshmen. Hey, you come in, you're good enough to play. I'm gonna put you on the floor. Is that also something that you were very drawn to as she and her staff were recruiting you, that, hey, if I go in there and I work my tail off, I can get on the floor?
I feel like I knew what I was coming into with all the talent around. And with this team, the starting 5 doesn't really matter. So I was just coming in here to make an impact and get back to the national championship.
Are scrimmages like a lot of talking going on between teams that's competitive and fire? There's a lot of talking back and forth.
There's a lot of it. And then at the end of the game, when everything's said and done, we high five each other and go back to being friends again.
But it's just like that appeal to you, like that's basketball. That's how I like to play. I mean, like,
right, of course.
Just like, I'm gonna let you know about it. You're gonna let me know about it. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. I love competitive people. They continue to push each other. We continue to push each other each practice and get better, which will lead us to getting back to that national championship stage.
How did the international stuff, the competition this year for you in the summer, how did that kind of something different for you? How did you like that?
3-on-3, I loved it. That was my 3rd time being there. So I just love stepping out of 5-on-5 and doing something different, experiencing different cultures, and even playing with younger people and sharing the game with them as well. So I love being over there.
The 20th ranked Colorado Buffaloes here at the a dish on the inside from Haley Van Lent to Angel Reese for them that is not going to sneak up on us. We understand what they did in the NCAA tournament, upsetting Duke at home, but also only losing to Iowa by 10.
Yeah, and Iowa eventually,
as you see the block look, rolls back. A lot of attention on the inside with a short shot clock as Haley Van Lent steps back for the triple and drains it.
The ball is going to move. They run a Princeton set, and all 5 players on the court are going to touch the ball in a given possession.
Spacing is a big key for their offense as Angel Reese mishandled the ball, finds Haley Van Lith. And those reinforcements we were talking
It's interesting that we always talk about how she's like Kim Mulkey. She said she's got a little Angel Reese in her too. The feistiness on the other side, though, as Kylie has really been dominant in the paint for Colorado to start.
And again, that's where Angel Reese is.
A two-time MVP. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
And I think the biggest thing is the development as well.
You know, Coach Mulkey and her players rave about what Michaela Williams brings to this team. Haley Van Lith said it's her confidence that stands out. She says she's on a team oozing with confidence to start this game. Morrow denied by Von Lay. Another block at the rim, and Sherrod comes out of the pack, sends it up to Weta. Another pass and a missed opportunity for Colorado.
It's just not there quite yet.
The look on the inside.
But then you can do stuff like that.
Sherrod finds a lane going at the rim of the ball game. Samaya Smith, Angel Reese on cleanup as a throw.
Another turnover. But look at that hustle, look at that energy, and look at that grit. Dedicated on a high post catch. The post catch, guard, read, guard, and one by Sherrod. This Princeton offense, especially for seasons at Colorado, she's done it once again, going downhill.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's a special night as we bring you women's college basketball. Queens University, the Royals, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, take on the LSU Tigers from the SEC. But it's not just any second game of the season. This is a celebration of LSU's national championship from a year ago. Come on inside the Maravich Center, everyone. He's Garrett Walford. I'm Lynn Rollins. We are privileged to be among thousands here in the building tonight for a very special event as the 2023 Women's National Championship team is recognized for the first time in front of the home crowd. The ring ceremony, the raising of the banner, all of the accoutrements that come with celebrating excellence. A very, very special evening, Garrett.
Well, the turnaround is complete. Kim Mulkey's taken a team that won 9 games and in less than 2 years has made them national champions. Coach Mulkey has authored the finest hour in program history. The Tigers joined Tennessee and South Carolina as the SEC's newest member to win the Final Four. And Lynn, with Coach Mulkey's drive and the recruiting, there is nothing stopping the rest of this decade from belonging to the LSU Tigers.
I think that's a very accurate statement. Her drive, her relentless pursuit of excellence. Yes, she's won 4 national championships, 3 at Baylor, 1 at LSU, but her hunger for a 5th and a 6th and a 7th and an 8th remains just as strong as ever. Speaking of Mulkey, quite honestly, she is the leading figure in men's or women's college basketball today. National championship as a player at Louisiana Tech. National championship as an assistant coach at Louisiana Tech. 3 national championships in her first tenure as head coach at Baylor, and of course the one here last year, the first in 48 years for the LSU program. So yes, there is still the drive, and Mulkey will have LSU in the conversation, I think, virtually every year for a title. That doesn't mean that multiple national championships are waiting for LSU. They're going to have to earn it. They learned that a few days ago in a shocking loss against Colorado. But certainly LSU is in that strata where every year there's going to be a lot of conversation about the Tigers.
And, you know, with Kim Mulkey, the numbers are really adding up. She's reached 600 wins faster than any basketball coach, men's or women's, faster than Pat Summitt or Adolph Rupp. And Lynn, all the pieces are in place to continue the run. LSU has the #1 recruiting class. The SEC voted the Tigers to win the regular season title. And with crowds in excess of 15,000 people, there's no better time to be a Tiger.
Well, there's also a common denominator, and we showed you his picture just a few minutes ago, and that's Bob Starkey. LSU, a generation ago, went to 5 Final Fours consecutively. They never got to the championship game, but 5 times in 5 years, they were in the Final Four. Bob Starkey was a member of that coaching staff in each of those 5 appearances. And, of course, he came to be back with Mulkey this last year. So all 6 Final Four appearances for LSU, Bob Starkey has been the common denominator in those 6.
Well, Coach Starkey is a legend who's logged more than 30 years in the SEC as an assistant. He's coached on those 6 Final Four teams. He's the only coach to have worked under Kim Mulkey, Sue Gunter, and Dale Brown. He is an invaluable member of this program.
There is a special moment. We take this just a few minutes ago. The women's basketball national champion 2023 banner being hoisted here in a prominent place in the Maravich Center, and this near-capacity crowd on its feet cheering, witnessing history, literally, as we go into the 49th year of LSU women's basketball. A lot of smiles, a lot of elation, a lot of appreciation, and women's basketball has emerged. It has blossomed here in LSU under Mulkey's leadership. Nearly 10,000 season tickets were sold this year. Every season ticket offered was purchased,
which is an unbelievable fact for the LSU women's basketball team. And to have Angel Reese back, the preseason SEC Player of the Year, this building will continue to be rocking through the 2023-24 season.
Well, one of the primary architects of LSU's championship run last year was Angel Reese, affectionately known as Bayou Barbie. Reese was extremely pivotal in her play down low. In the top 10 in rebounding, in the top 10 in scoring, and setting a new double-double record at LSU. So Angel Reese certainly a major component of last year's success.
the SEC's preseason player of the year, the Final Four's most outstanding player. And Lynn, her ability to not only take over games, but to raise a program cannot be understated. Angel Reese, the most valuable student athlete in women's basketball today. I think she has a chance to build on those numbers, and those are eye-popping stats from a year ago.
Reese did have that double-double against Colorado. She had to work very hard to get it and give certainly a lot of compliments to Colorado for taking the attack to LSU and a surprising easy win in the first game of the season. But Reese certainly has the capacity to mimic last year's totals, and there's a whole lot of help, a whole lot of newcomers on this LSU roster who bring a plethora of talent to the court. Can they work together and find the best combination? That probably is going to be one of the keys here in the early going.
That's a good point. LSU graduated 3 of their top 5 scorers, and Coach Mulkey and her staff hit that recruiting trail hard. They brought in 2 All-American guards in Haley Van Lith and Anissa Morrow, and the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year in Michaela Williams. Tigers predicted to win the league by the coaches. Angel Reese and crew will have a lot to say about that.
Let's look at the opponent tonight. This Queens team led by Nicole Gwynn in a loss to Ole Miss 91-44, but it was Gwynn who provided double-figure scoring with 11 points.
She is a South Carolina State transfer, grew up in Hartford. He's a 5'7" guard, and Coach told us earlier this week she is a gym rat, wearing out all the coaches' cell phones, always asking for the keys to get to the gym. Coach says she's very versatile as well, can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. They're going to play her a little more off guard, Lynn. They want her to get the ball up and shoot. She's a great offensive option for the Royals.
So welcome to Game 2. As this second-year Division I program, Queens University, the Royals out of Charlotte, North Carolina, in the dark uniforms, taking on the LSU Tigers in the gold, and we are underway. Van Lith runs it down in backcourt. One of the new players tosses it down low. Smith's got it, loses it, gets it back, and immediately scores. And the Tigers went right down low. They've got a huge height advantage in this game, does LSU.
Smith's got great length. She's getting the start today, came off the bench, had good minutes for LSU against Colorado.
Brown at the top against the man-to-man defense. Brown stumbles, may have taken steps, and did. Actually, I think they called a tie ball. And the possession arrow will stay with the Royals. LSU in the solid gold tonight. Here's the Queens starting 5. Johnson, Gwynn, Weaver, Brown, and Balde. And it will go back to LSU now.
Balde, one of those
nope,
players.
I think there's been an overrule. Yep, it's going to stay. Now they're going to talk about it. One official said LSU's possession, the other said no, and the prevailing position is going to be a Queens possession.
The Royals are going to need good defense down low from Hawa Balde, a 6'4" sophomore center, and they get a bucket to fall.
That one from straight away. Alexandria Johnson with that bucket off the window. Flau'jae Johnson, Samaya Smith, Haley Van Lith, Michaela Williams, and Angel Reese, the starting quintet. Van Lith for 3. It rolls out. Offensive rebound put back in by Samaya Smith.
Coach Mulkey going with the hot hand. Last game came off the bench, shot 6 of 8 for 16 points and 5 rebounds. Great start for her so far.
A 6'2" sophomore from DeSoto, Texas is Smith. That ball hits the floor, and 3 LSU Tigers are there to pick it up. Johnson dribbling outside, kicks it to Van Lith. Van Lith is learning the point guard position. She is not a natural point guard. Offensive rebound, stick back is good. It's Flau'jae Johnson. Right place, right time for the Tigers.
Johnson's a great player, averaged 11 points, 6 rebounds a game last year, scored in double figures 20 times.
And the SEC Freshman of the Year was Flau'jae Johnson a year ago. Van Lith tries to fight through the screen and is called for a bit of contact. She's got the double braids on.
You made a good point, though, about her learning the point guard position. She was the leading scorer on Louisville's 2022 Final Four team, a two-time All-ACC first-teamer, but she's looking to distribute early in the season. She's a veteran hand out there for LSU.
Well, her credentials are astonishing in her earlier career at Louisville. However, this is a new position for her, strictly point guard. So we'll see how she's able to grow into that, or will LSU have to change its strategy a bit?
I talked with Coach Mulkey during shoot-around earlier today.
There's a three ball ripped home by Michaela Williams, the freshman out of Bossier City.
And she said she'd like to start Michaela Williams, who is a great shot at point guard. She's going to have to work into that position eventually, but she's got great size at 6 foot, 6'1", great pull-up player, good defense as well.
One of the best players in the country coming out of high school. A deep three from the right side. Yes! Nicole Gwynn, who had 11 points and 6 rebounds against Ole Miss. She is a junior from Hartford, Connecticut, and she ripped the net with that one. 9-5 Tigers, 7:15 to go, first quarter. That's off the window, the miss by Angel Reese. There's Jen Brown in her 4th season as the Queens head coach. Only 15 wins, 60 losses. This is an Atlantic Sun Conference team now, and only in its 2nd year of Division I basketball. So certainly they're going to have to grow into this type of competition.
Coach Brown navigating the transition to D1. She played at James Madison under Kenny Brooks, and then Kenny Brooks went to Virginia Tech and took the Hokies to the Final Four last year. So she learned from a very talented coach. Now she's got this tough task of teaching the Royals to compete at the Division I level. Still a very young coach, early 30s.
Smith hits the second free throw. LSU leads by 5, 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. First home game for the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge this year.
Coach Brown told us the theme for this year's Queens team is to elevate.
Johnson gets a piece of that 3 ball. Tigers working it down low, trying to power it in, and a foul is called. It'll be Williams going to the free throw line. Kim Mulkey in her 3rd season as LSU head coach. 60 wins, 9 losses so far.
692 wins total, including her numbers from Baylor. And she will almost certainly become the fastest coach to 700 wins.
Williams twice was the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year at Parkway High School. She was a state champion there. She's had the advantage of international competition early in her career.
Michaela working with Team USA, and it's not always 5-on-5. Sometimes they compete in these Pan American games where it's 3-on-3. She's been a gold medalist there. She's been a team MVP numerous times, and I think that's where her relationship with Haley Van Lith really began, the Team USA connection.
Lith will pick up defensively and then fade back. Try to stay with the new point guard. Pull up jump shot from the key, rattles and rolls out. Rebound to Angel Reese. Reese has the ability to bring the ball up, takes it coast to coast, loops it up, and she was fouled.
Rebound Angel Reese. We've heard that before. Last year set the SEC all-time record, 588 boards in one season. Been a lot of really talented players to come through the Southeastern Conference.
Not only that, she is among the most frequent free throw shooters in the country. That SEC rebound record you were talking about was 555.
Thank you.
And 8 short, only 8 short of a national record. (14-5) LSU. Smith has 5 points, Johnson 2, Reese 2, and Williams 5.
Van Lith just missed out on a steal there.
Van Lith is the perpetual motion player. Oh, nice spin move. Fake left, went right. That was a really fine bucket by Hawa Balde. 6'4" sophomore from Barcelona, Spain, and she is the biggest player for the Queen.
Last year played in 27 games, 10 starts. Team leader in blocks.
One of the smallest players on the court pulls off the rebound, kicks it down to teammate Tamia Shaw. Fuller. Now Brister goes baseline. Kick out with 5 on the shot clock. Nice fake, gets a defender in the air, and the shot rattles out. Went down and reverberated away off the hand of Brister. Here's Reese, and she is fouled again. LSU has a very prominent, very strong advantage in height and in physicality in this game.
They're going to try and get her into some early foul trouble. Number 20, Amari Davis, tried to draw the charge. At 5'10", she lost that battle. Davis came in for 21 minutes off the bench in the loss to Ole Miss and Oxford.
Lastia Poa has come off the LSU bench, and she has replaced Van Lith. Poa is from Australia, from Melbourne, and in fact, she's the 7th Australian in the 49-year history of LSU basketball.
I remember witnessing a few of those just over the last 20, 25 years, but then some of the pillars of the program from the late 70s, as a foul is called, like Julie Gross and others.
That was an illegal pick. Balde with the illegal pick, and we'll take a timeout here. 4 minutes and 56 seconds are left in the. The Royals from Charlotte, North Carolina, 16-7 is the LSU advantage right now.
When are sports more than sports? When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Never put them in and look nice. Look nice.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Delivery available. Drink responsibly, B21.
Desmond Howard, here to see my college football collection.
Impressive stuff, little man.
Geico makes it easy to insure. My car and RV too.
Wow.
Gloves from your famous catch.
How'd you get those? Great smile. Is this from when the band ran on the field?
Yep, 1982.
What is this?
Oh, no, don't touch the...
Not so fast, my friends. Not so fast, my friends.
It will turn off eventually.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Tonight's opponent for LSU is a private Presbyterian university in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was established pre-Civil War, approximately 2,300 students. It's in its second season as Division I and a member of the Atlantic Sun Conference. Queens University, the Royals from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And, even the Queens women basketball program, it started back in 1990. The Royals have never played in the state of Louisiana until now. Queens also made their first trip to play in Mississippi on Monday night.
And that was a loss to Ole Miss, 91-44.
The Atlantic Sun poll in the preseason was not kind to Queens. They were chosen to finish last in the league. But Coach Brown said there's nothing more than bulletin board material for her team. They know they're not the worst team in the league. Lynn, now they got to go out and prove it.
Well, it's a team that's trying to find an identity. There are challenges, of course, to move up into Division I, many of them financial.
Coach Brown said she reached out to Kim Mulkey about scheduling this game. Brown said recruits want to play against the best, and she's never been afraid to play against the best. So she's looking to raise the level of the program, and to do that, you got to play big-time competition.
Here's a look at that ASUN preseason poll, and you see Queens pick number 12.
Quality program at the top, Florida Gulf Coast in the Tampa Bay area, a perennial team in the NCAA tournament. Great program over there in Tampa Bay.
Johnson, Smith, Reese, Williams, and Poa on the floor for LSU. The Tigers have a 16-7 lead. Poa takes the handoff, half of the shot clock to go. Poa is held as she tried to dribble around the screen, and this will give LSU 20 fresh seconds on the shot clock.
LSU shooting 44% through the first break, 4 of 9. Leading scorers 5 points apiece for Samaya Smith and Michaela Williams.
Poa will not shoot free throws after that foul, but she is a superb free throw shooter, the best on the team last year at nearly 88%.
I mentioned that earlier with Kim Mulkey during the shoot
she is going to shoot.
Kim actually called across and saying, hey, she needs 2 shots, but she told me she's not not only one of the best free throw shooters, but she'll take a charge. And in the game against Colorado, they had 2 or 3 possessions in a row without any offense, and then they went and took a charge, got the ball back, and got the offense going.
Poa bags both free throws. That was the 15th foul. It took a while to figure out the total of fouls in the first quarter for Queens. But Poa wound up at the free throw line, and the 88% shooter from last year bags her first 2 here today. 18-7 LSU. Less than 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Win from way back. Got it. Got it. That was from a different zip code. 6 for Nicole Gwynn. And Queens is going to get the ball back after an infraction on LSU, an offensive foul.
Looked like Gwynn could have hit that from the NBA line. Very nice job there. Now 2 of 3 from distance for 6 points.
Johnson pushed off against Poa. That one was pretty obvious. Let's go back and look at the Gwynn bomb from way back.
5'7", and the junior with the quick release and the pretty finish.
Gwynn, the gunner, on that last shot. Poa takes the return pass, feeds it down low again. Reese draws contact and is fouled. So Angel Reese, fending off the contact, scores off the window and a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, let's see how you beat a triple team. That's how you do it with one player, Hawa Balde, hanging off her shoulder, and Reese strong enough to power it up and through. Balde listed at 6'4", but the rest of the team for Queens, little undersized. This should be a game really where Angel Reese and the other post players for the Tigers are able to eat.
Johnson playing very good defense out on the perimeter. Davis takes it down to the baseline. Lost to Colorado behind it, and with good reason. Now, there's a lot to learn from that loss. Colorado had a perfect game plan and was able to take away a lot of what LSU was trying to do. But one of the concerning things in that game was the Tigers gave up 24 points in the second quarter, 25 in the third quarter, and 29 in the fourth quarter. That's not going to win any games.
Not a lot of defensive stops for LSU there, and it allowed Colorado to pull away and get the victory. You know, remember last season, LSU had a 23-game win streak to start the year. They suffered 1 loss in the regular season. That can't be the expectation we put on this team early on. They had 3 new starters in the lineup. They might have 4 all-conference players on the floor at one time, but again, they need actual time to grow together. I think LSU's poised for another championship season, but it's a little early to be so critical.
The biggest question mark for me right now is who solidifies herself as a legitimate point guard. You need a distributor.
And you'd love to take advantage of Van Lith as a pure shooter.
How about Gwen again?
Speaking of pure shooters.
Gwen with 9 points. The last two from long distance. LSU will make a substitution. Janae Kent coming in.
Might have to put a hand in Gwen's face. If you take her 3 3-pointers away, it's 25-6. She's hit them in this game early.
Johnson with 2. Reese has 11. Poa with 2. Morrow 2. And this will give Janae Kent a chance, a 6'1 freshman from Oak Forest, Illinois. She is the top scorer in Oak Forest High School history, men or women, and a really good free throw shooter as well, setting a school record going 25 for 26 at the line in a game.
An ESPN Top 100 recruit, part of that #1 recruiting class coming in for Kim Mulkey.
There's the throw in, and nobody bothered to guard Anisha Morrow. When she gets the ball there,
Elisa Del Rosario also checking in.
When Morrow gets it right there, that's a tough matchup against anybody. Here's Poa. Left side Johnson. Back to Poa, unguarded for the moment, but kicks it to the near side. Fadeaway jump shot, not a high percentage shot by Morrow, but there was contact.
Morrow truly is one of the best guards in the country. Finished top 10 in scoring and rebounding as a sophomore at DePaul. A 6'1 junior guard.
Think about the riches that LSU possesses in Morrow and Reese. No team in America has 2 players who last year were in the top 10 nationally in scoring and in rebounding.
And as a freshman, she led the nation in rebounding with nearly 14 a game, the Big East Freshman of the Year.
She's out of Chicago. 53 double-doubles in 66 games for DePaul.
Goodness.
LSU with 31 first quarter points. Quinn dribbling back and forth. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Pulls up and leaves that one very short. Blase Johnson on the move after the rebound. Fakes right, dribbles left, stumbles, gets it back. Fires it across the defense. Poa wide open and misses it long off the back iron. Rebound pulled off in traffic. This is Gwynn. Feeds it to a teammate. Gwynn to Johnson. Johnson backs away. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson, stutter dribble, takes it down low, scoops and scores off the window. Nobody cut her off, and Johnson just kept dribbling around would-be defenders.
The 5'6 guard with the Euro step through the lane.
That's not going to make Kim Mulkey happy. That bucket was way too easy. Turnaround jumper is off the mark, and it goes out of bounds after the miss by Morrow.
Aaliyah Del Rosario at 6'6" needs to come away with that rebound in the future. Let's take a closer look. That one got away from her. Foot on the line.
You can see the contact with the foot on the stripe. 20 back on the shot clock. Poa will trigger it. Little jump hook, no good by Morrow. Put back is good.
No box out against Poa, and she makes them pay.
Poa coming the other way, behind the back pass, but ill-advised. She tried to make a blind behind the back pass and never saw Brisker, who was closing quickly as a defender. Shot clock has been turned off, and there is contact, and Williams gets called for the foul. Van Lith is going to come back in right now. Watch this. Wham, right into the pick. It was a legal pick. 10.5 seconds to go. First quarter. It's been wire to wire for LSU, 33-20 against Queens University.
See if the Royals try and use a pick and get Gwen open. Right now, Adia Brisker with it.
Brisker working on Van Lith, gets by her, fades and fires, misses, rebound to Poa initially, and then it's out of bounds with 5.5 seconds to go. And Queens from Charlotte, North Carolina, will have it for the last shot here. 5.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Billy Smith is the referee. Meadow Overstreet is umpire number 1. And Corey Chambers is umpire number 2.
I think a timing issue is what they're going to be looking at. There was less than 10 seconds on the clock, and I believe
this game, but you've got to give a lot of credit to the Royals, who are playing hard, and even though they trail by 13 right now at the end, in the closing seconds of the first quarter, they've not come to stand around and watch. They've come to try to improve their game, and they've done some nice things, and LSU still has a lot to clean up.
Oh, Coach Brown's team was aggressive in the first quarter on Monday night in Oxford. They trailed Ole Miss 20-13 after the first 10 minutes of play, but the Rebels, of course, blew the doors off and won by over 45 points.
Ole Miss is going to be a factor in the SEC race. That's a team that I think is going to be prominent in postseason.
Last year in the Sweet 16, and then their problem in that game against Ole Miss for Queens was they scored 3 points in the third quarter and just weren't aggressive at the end of the game. But you're right about Ole Miss. You know, this is a team that's picked to finish in the top 4 in the preseason coaches poll. Tennessee and South Carolina and LSU at the top of the list. They've certainly got a quality program over there.
Well, the LSU South Carolina game will be pivotal on the LSU schedule. LSU and Ole Miss, Virginia Tech, Colorado already, and Tiger fans are well aware of what did and did not happen against Colorado.
LSU went 12-0 in non-conference play last year. They won those games by an average score of 94-50. This season, I like how Coach has ramped up the competition a little bit. She scheduled Virginia Tech and Virginia from the ACC. Tech, of course, reached the Final Four last year. Colorado, also a Sweet 16 team. The Tigers then have 4 more games before they head to the Cayman Islands for the Caymans Classic.
Well, the clock has been reset from 5.5 seconds down to less than a second. 0.8 of a second remaining.
Can't even really be a catch and shoot. It's tip in.
Well, that is the end of the first quarter. After much ado about nothing, and LSU has a 33-20 advantage after the end of the first period. We will be back with more. Queens University and LSU, the defending national champions.
When are sports more than sports? When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL earning potential. When your stats include free room and board, nutrition and mental health support, plus medical care with extended coverage. And when your experiences, friendships, and development put you in the win column for life. For college athletes, sports just mean more.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Never put them in and look nice. Look nice.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line. With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing.
Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
Geico makes car insurance as easy as loving Parmesan.
Say when. Say when. Say when. When.
With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
Fresh ground pepper? Yes, please.
The first quarter of women's basketball in the Maravich Center is in the books. LSU with a 33-20 lead over Queens. And Garrett, as we get set for a new season, let's look in the rearview mirror about what's not available to LSU.
Well, LSU graduated 3 of their top 5 scorers, including Alexis Morris, who you see there, along with LaDasia Williams and Jasmine Carson. They accounted for 34 points per game. Now you're going to return 34 points a game with Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson, but look at the high percentage shooting of LaDasia Williams, that valuable 3-point shooting of Jasmine Carson. You're going to have to find somebody who can run the point and hit those threes.
Jasmine Carson in the national championship game was as pivotal as anybody on the LSU roster in pushing LSU toward that title.
What an incredibly special moment for LSU to win those 2 games in Dallas and really set the program apart from so many others.
Poa takes the deep rebound, gets it up to Van Lith on the left side, leans over the dribble, tries to lob it down low, caught there, kick out to Poa, to Van Lith, the left-hander with the 3 ball, and it missed everything. Good ball movement there. Tigers went from the outside to the inside, back to the outside, made another pass. Van Lith was open, but did not draw anything. LSU by 13 in the opening seconds of the second quarter. Johnson dribbling around the arc. Johnson goes baseline, is not going to have a shot from there. Finds a teammate rolling down the lane. Players hit the deck everywhere. There are 3 down. Here comes LSU the other way. Johnson scoops it in. She avoided the contact. Flau'jae Johnson was able to slide by that stationary defender, use the window, a thin angle, and knocks it down. That's 4 for her. And 4 rebounds. It does not go down, but Queens gets inside against the much taller LSU defenders. Gwynn finally misses from out court. Van Lith hustling it up. Reese spinning, half hook, leaves it short. Rebound taken on the floor by Gwynn. Gwynn in the lane, stops. May have twisted her foot. Johnson for 3. Gwynn is very slow to get up. Still limping a little bit, but apparently will stay in the game. Now they do bring a couple of players off the bench. Gwynn may be going to the bench, and the foul is called as Weaver will put LSU's Morrow at the free throw line.
Angel Reese with 5 rebounds in the game. Lynn, she's now gone over 1,000 for her career. A 3-year player now with over 1,500 career points and over 1,000 boards.
The birthday girl is in the game. Kateri Poole is 21 years old today. Poole wears number 55 in gold. She was a versatile player last year for LSU, a role player. She can shoot the 3. She can defend. She played some point guard last year. And Smith, Zamaya Smith, out of DeSoto, Texas, at the stripe. Smith played in all 36 games last year. She had a couple of starts. 6 points for her, which is 2 points better than her season's average a year ago.
3 fouls now on Queens Royal. Jordan Weaver, the sophomore at 6 foot. She is a valuable post player down low for them against LSU's bigs. Now sitting on the bench.
LSU by 17. Tigers digging in defensively. 7 on the shot clock. Shaw Fades and fires. Rebound hits the floor. And it's going to stay with LSU.
You were talking about Poole, the birthday girl. You remember during Mulkey's first season in Baton Rouge, they hosted the NCAA tournament in the second round. They fell to Ohio State. Poole was on that team and got a bird's eye view of the LSU program under Mulkey. The next season, she found herself a Tiger.
Yeah, she played about 10 minutes in that game against LSU on this court. Nice move, but after contact, it's left short. But cleaning it up is Smith after the miss by Johnson. 9 for Smith. She's having a coming out party offensively.
And this is somebody who got a lot of experience last year, played in every game as a true freshman, averaged about 4 points, 4 boards.
She's only 2 points behind Angel Reese for the team lead in this game. Reese has 11. Then lift down to Smith, takes it all the way. She misses short. Put back is up and in. That's where LSU can dominate. Flau'jae Johnson was in the right place to pull off the offensive rebound and easily lay it back home.
And that's a high percentage tip right there. Don't come down with it and allow a player to foul you. Just tip it back in. You've got the length, take advantage. That's exactly what she did.
LSU leading 41-20. This is the biggest lead for the Tigers. Fuller leans over the dribble, takes it from the key. It'll go for 2 if it counts. It rims out. Rebound pulled off by Samaya Smith. Look at her bring it up court. Now Smith gives it off to Poole. Reese spinning, lobbing it up and rolling it in. And Queens wants a timeout. Queens bench up, screaming for the timeout. None of the players heard it, but Queens gets a timeout right here with 6:07 to go in the second quarter, and LSU pulling away now, leading 43-20 over the visiting Royals from Queens University.
When are sports more than sports? When your highlight reel opens the door to 4 years of higher education, 0 student loan debt, and NIL.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Make joy this season with savings on the perfect tree for your space. Whether it's a fresh cut fir, something pre-lit and pre-flocked, or a new take on a classic, bring home what brings you together. The Home Depot.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo?
These fries and rings? At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke too?
Yep, sides and drinks too. BK, have it your way. Yeah, bro.
Braxton. Let's look at how this game has progressed. LSU with a 23-point lead right now. Angel Reese is the leading scorer in the contest with 13 points. She has 5 rebounds. Nicole Gwynn has been good from the outside. 12 points on 4 of 7 3-point shooting. She has been the major attacker offensively for the Royals.
LSU shooting 54% to this point in the ballgame, 13 of 24 against Colorado. They shot just 44%. Again, scored 78 points in the loss. Again, it felt like an off night for the Tigers against Colorado, but those numbers typically good enough to win most games, especially when your defense holds them to an average of 57 points a game. The Reese rebound tracker, that's nice. I hope you've got a 2 and a 3 for that left-hand column in the future. She's going to have some incredibly big games this year in her redshirt junior season.
Well, Samaya Smith has done her part in the first half as well offensively for the Tigers. She's got 9 points and has been scoring in a variety of ways.
Smith on the putback is able to roll this in from the left side on the miss by Van Lith. Swoops in, and again, not taking the ball to the ground on the rebound, just tipping it back in, using her length, coming away to get some easy buckets. She's 3 of 5 shooting for 9 points.
I'm not suggesting that she tries out for point guard, but she's been able to bring the ball up as well.
I'm interested with her size and her ability. Let's throw her a couple of lobs and see what happens. I think she's got incredible hops.
Van Lith staring down the dribbler. Now she switches. Nice pass, but not in time. That one fumbled away as the shot clock expired. Good ball movement, but Amari Davis was unable to catch and shoot just ahead of the shot clock expiration. .544 to play. And I think they're gonna look at this to see if there was a foul before the shot clock expired. More than, well, just under 10,000 season tickets were sold this year for LSU basketball. Everyone they offered was purchased. And there are a few empty seats tonight, but not many.
I love that they kept a lot of space available for the student section. They've been a big part of LSU's winning tradition since Kim Mulkey took back over the program. You know, they've just got everything on the up and up here, Lynn. I mean, LSU had a couple of players drafted from last year's team, LaDasia Williams and Alexis Morris. They both went to the second round. I think the Tigers are poised to return to near the top of the draft with players like Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith leading the way. And LSU hasn't seen a Tiger go in the first round of the WNBA draft since Lysandra Barrett in 2012. Those numbers are going to change very soon.
Poole will bring it up. Now finds Van Lith. Van Lith scoots down the baseline, stops, shoots, and misses. She's having a frustrating night from the field, but she will go to the free throw line. Haley has not scored. Scoring has not been a problem for her in her career.
No, she's an incredible player. Grew up in Wenatchee, Washington, about 150 miles east of Seattle. High school All-American, and of course goes inland to Louisville and really helps elevate their program.
That's her first point.
I thought Van Lith had a pretty good debut against Colorado. Look at the putback there by Smith.
Smith able to move around the number one rebounder on the free throw attempt and able to put it back in. So a three-point play, as it turns out. Not conventionally, but that's what will be added to the scoreboard. Tigers lead at 46-20. Van Lith takes the deep rebound. Weaves her way up court on the run. Van Lith kicks it off late, right into the hands of Reese. Misses it, gets it back, and scores. Angel Reese. 15 now, 6 rebounds for Reese. Van Lith might have gotten a hand on that entry pass, intercepted by a teammate. This is Johnson spinning, has plenty of options. Reese to Van Lith, takes the three. And maybe off Smith out of bounds. Yes. It'll go back to the Royals from Queens University.
Van Lith went 2 of 4 from three-point distance against Colorado. In that game, she had 7 assists, 14 points. Nice debut as the LSU's lead distributor.
Tonight, she has attempted 3 field goals and missed them all, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. That comes up very short off the baseline. There are Tigers everywhere for the rebound. It's off of Jordan Weaver.
Jordan Weaver playing back here at the end of the first half with 3 fouls. Heard that whistle, and I thought she just picked up her 4th, but it's simply out of bounds off of her.
That turnaround jumper from 14 is no good, but put back in by Angel Reese. Reese, after the miss by Morrow, able to stick it back home. LSU by 30. 17 for Reese. Johnson leans over the dribble. This is Fuller, 15 to shoot. Gwynn has cooled off since a very hot start from three-point range. She fires again, got it again. Those points were the first by Queens since 55 seconds were left in the first quarter. So it's been what? Oh, goodness, what, 7 minutes or so before a drought before that three-pointer once again by Gwynn.
She's now 5 of 8 from distance. All of her points have come from beyond the arc. 15 for Gwynn.
She is a smooth shooter from distance. Van Lith will have an opportunity at the free throw line with a pair coming.
This will be the 20th free throw of the first half for LSU. Tigers are 17 of 19 at this point.
I don't think Queens has shot a free throw, do you? I don't remember one. They have not officially. Van Lith in her career at Louisville had 31 games with 20 or more points.
Came to LSU with over 1,500 career points. Her and Anissa Morrow, two of the most incredibly gifted guards you will ever see.
Gwynn backs up, shoots nearly from the sideline, and that one was forced and misses with some distance to spare. Poole. Poa. Morrow can't get it to go, but a stick back by Reese. Angel Reese made a living last year in grabbing offensive rebounds and turning them into points. She's doing it tonight. $19 for Reese, make it 8 rebounds. Poa guarding Johnson. Rebound drops off into Reese's hands. Feeds it up to Poole, who's 21 years old today. Poole to Reese. 3 ball in the air. On line but short. It bounces deep to Westmoreland.
Last shot by Johnson was just kind of a wild look, showing a little frustration. LSU with hands in their face, not making it easy on the Royals tonight.
2:20 to play in the second quarter. Gwynn won't shoot it from there because it's too close. That ball is loose. Gwynn hustles and keeps it alive. Brisker in and out from the baseline. Offensive rebound, in trouble. It's loose, it's up, and it rolls in. Good hustle by the Royals. That was Jordan Weaver who finally was able to get it down.
Weaver picks up her second field goal.
And there's Reese again from Van Lith. Van Lith saw the defender go down. She knew Reese was open and lobbed it right into the bucket for Reese. And that defender is slow to get up. That is Autumn Westmoreland. And she is uncomfortable.
Westmoreland transferred in from Savannah State, a native of Las Vegas.
It looks like she's having a problem with her left knee.
Her coach, Jen Brown, out there, along with their athletic trainer. Take a closer look.
Westmoreland right in the center of your screen. She's bumped right there and then stretched and looked like maybe hyperextended her knee. Let's hope it's something that from which she's quickly able to recover, but not able to put a lot of weight on that leg. Let's hope that this is something temporary for her. Oh, that's such a mental blow for a young player who's worked so hard in the offseason through fall camp, only into her second game, and you know physically something has gone wrong with the knee. Right now she has no idea about the extent of the injury, and a lot of question marks and a lot of worry in her mind right now.
Got a nice hand from the PMAC crowd being tended to now on the bench. Coming in for her is Hawa Balde, the 6'4 sophomore from Barcelona.
So Weaver, Brisker, Gwynn, Shaw, and Balde in the game now for Queens. Brisker backs away. Gwynn wants it, but Brisker goes the other way with it. It's knocked loose. And a push-off, a foul against the Royals. That foul was assessed against Brisker. LSU shooting 52% as we close out the first half. Here's Poa at the top. Kent. Still plenty of time to shoot. And a violation of some sort. 3 seconds in the lane called against Morrow, I believe.
Coach Brown of Queens told me her keys to success against LSU were creating wins on defense. They were hoping to box out better and then finish with a rebound on LSU's offensive possessions. The Tigers tonight, 19 points on second chance baskets.
It has not been a good second quarter offensively for Queens. Just 5 points the entire quarter. Gwynn leaves it a little bit short. And the tallest player on the court is able to pull off the rebound. Del Rosario, a 6'6" freshman from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Here comes Queens the other way, laid in. Nicely done on the move by Tamia Shaw. She had a couple of points and a rebound against Ole Miss. She's a junior from Nashville. There are about 6.5 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shaw throws it in the corner where Brisker is waiting. This is Gwynn. Gwynn might have gotten away with a lift or, well, they say that ball was actually touched defensively, and then the three-pointer is in. So we come to the close of the first half. LSU leading by 26, as expected, an effective second quarter for the LSU Tigers. We'll come back with a lot more in just a moment. LSU.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
You're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
We have a special guest today on ESPN College Game Day, the Geico.
Look, just get to the part when you tell everyone how easy it is to ensure what's important to them. Home, car, even RV. Come on, there's an RV right there. Did he even see the talking points I gave him?
I don't believe so, sir. For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Desmond?
I forgot the talking points.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
Discover different Black Friday deals at Target each week.
I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show me love.
Weekly Black Friday deals you can't miss.
I never knew there was a love.
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, have it your way.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models.
Hey there, welcome into the SEC Halftime Report. I am Darian Oka. Good to have you with us. You know, last year in SEC women's basketball might have been one of the most dramatic seasons in its history. South Carolina going for that second straight national championship. Stayed undefeated until the Final Four. And then, of course, there was LSU with their superstars. Transfer Angel Reese, Alexis Morris, superstar freshman Flau'jae Johnson. Tigers went on, beat Iowa, Caitlin Clark, and a dramatic Final Four, one of the best of all time to win the program's national championship. Now, what's next for LSU, for South Carolina, for really the powers that be in all of women's college basketball? Here's Elle Dunn.
Last time we met, a record number of fans watched a classic.
Again! She's almost fictional. Jasmine Carson electrifying. Reese nuzzles in and finishes. LSU, a turnaround for the ages.
But if you thought last season was juiced, wait till you see the reload.
Start it up.
The attention around women's basketball at an all-time high.
Record ratings. Buckle up. I mean, it's only going to get more exciting and more fun.
Start it up.
LSU won their first national championship, has the record-setting Angel Reese returning, and proved they're the portal champs too by bringing in the top two transfers in the nation, former Louisville star Haley Van Lith and the walking double-double that is Anissa Morrow from DePaul.
Start it up.
The rich didn't just get richer. Kim Mulkey got a combined 45 more points per game.
Start it up.
People make a big deal about too many superstars. Are you kidding me? They will challenge each other. They will make each other better.
After falling just short of a title last season, the Hawkeyes ride the Caitlin Clark wave for what could be her final season, as the reigning National Player of the Year has a decision to make on her future.
It's not something that I let weigh on me. I'm focused on helping this team be the best team they can be.
That's what me, man, but testing me, man, but I can do it better. Hold up.
More importantly, if Iowa hopes to match last year's run, they'll need to replace the production and punch of Monica Zanano, who robined Clark's Batman for years in Iowa City.
It's been an endless stream of issues for the Huskies.
UConn reloads after years of bad injury luck. Huskies players have missed a combined 232 games with injury over the last 2 seasons alone. But Paige Beckers is back, and Ice Brady makes her collegiate debut a year later than expected in stores. And how foolish to count out South Carolina, who, yes, had 5 players drafted in April, including the generational Aaliyah Boston. But Dawn Staley turns to a young core who have experience as reserves, averaging 36 points per game from the bench last season, the most in D1.
This moment right here, right now, elevated, yeah.
From super teams to sparkly things to logo threes, and everything in between. Women's basketball is back. Recharged, reloaded, ready. And if you're not, then you can't see me.
Certainly likely is the face of women's college basketball, and it doesn't reside, at least for the moment, in Columbia, South Carolina. No. The star is Angel Reese in Baton Rouge, and she is the SEC's Player of the Year preseason selection. No surprise there. 34 double-doubles a season ago. If you want to see who's joining Reese on the media's preseason all-conference first team, here you go. A couple of teammates at LSU, Blasier Johnson, and the Louisville transfer, Haley Van Lith, along with South Carolina's Camila Cardoso and Tennessee's Rickea Jackson. 6 players selected to the second team, including Vanderbilt's Jordan Cambridge, Jessica Carter of Mississippi State, along with Aisha Coulibaly of Texas A&M, Anissa Morrow of LSU, Madison Scott of Ole Miss, and Tennessee's Jewel Spear. Now, the schedule, when you start to look at a timeline, things that might come. You know, the SEC Big 12 Challenge, that is now a thing of the past. The SEC and the ACC have joined together for a very similar type challenge. Should be great basketball leagues, both of them. And the inaugural ACC-SEC Challenge set for November 29th and 30th. Conference play in the SEC begins January 4th. The SEC tournament will be back in Greenville, South Carolina, March 6th through the 10th. The NCAA tournament field going to be announced on March 17th, and the women's Final Four set for the 5th and 7th of April, and it will be in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for watching the SEC Halftime Report.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Never put them in and look nice. Look nice.
Rufus hates being stuck inside. Luckily, Amy saved big at Amazon. Turns out, with the right gear, Rufus rips.
Discover different Black Friday deals at Target each week.
I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show me love. Show me
Weekly Black Friday deals you can't miss.
I never knew there was a love
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that remove food and grease 5 times faster. And because it cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products for counters, stoves, and even laundry stains. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Brand power helping you buy better.
There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, have it your way.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. It's not just a comfortable interior. It's a quiet refuge. They're not just headlights. They light the way forward. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models.
We're building a better postal service with easy, more affordable ways to ship so you can deliver even more holiday joy. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
Thanksgiving is an institution here.
It's the John Cava mask.
First governor of New Plymouth Colony.
We're looking for an individual.
You're not going to believe what he's wearing. Everyone in town's wearing them.
Be careful who you trust.
Dad?
Thanksgiving. Rated R. Exclusively in movie theaters November 17th.
It's halftime on a night which LSU's 2023 national championship team and all the accoutrements that went with it were honored in pregame ceremony. Huge crowd on hand. The LSU Tigers comfortably ahead of Queens Royals by a count of 56-30. LSU outscoring the opponents 33-20 in the first quarter and 23-10 in the second quarter. Garrett Walford, Lynn Rollins with you. Another big night for Angel Reese in the first half.
Boy, she did a great job. Leads all players with 21 points on 7 of 11 shooting. The Tigers came in looking to connect on more passes, to shoot a high percentage in the post, and to get put-back baskets. They have done that and more. 19 points on second-chance baskets. She has been relentless in the post, Lynn. Just the opportunity to get boards and get second-chance baskets has given LSU this early big lead, and that's what you expect from your player. That's a preseason pick to be the SEC Player of the Year.
Well, let's go to the other side offensively. Nicole Gwynn has been shooting from the Mississippi River levee and knocking them down. She has been really good from out court.
Gwynn shooting 50% from distance, 5 of 10. She leads all players on the Royal squad with 15 points, and she's been the offensive juggernaut for them. Everybody else, they've struggled just a little bit. Just 3 field goals, shooting around 30% as a team through the first 2 quarters.
Gwynn actually hit her first 4 three-pointers, has cooled off a bit since then, but still is very much an out-court threat. One of the differences in the game is in the free throw opportunity. Look at those numbers. LSU with an outstanding night at the free throw line, 21 first-half attempts. Queens has not been to the stripe, so there's a 19-point difference in free throws alone.
14 fouls called on Queens, just 3 for LSU. And then look at Angel Reese. She is 1 rebound away from her 35th career double-double. That would tie former Tiger Ayanna Mitchell for second most in school history.
So we are just a few seconds away from the start of the second half. LSU in gold, Queens in the dark uniforms. Queens is playing only in its second year of Division I basketball. We'll see who answers the bell for both teams as we get the third quarter started. LSU, as you might expect, went deep into its bench in the first half. 10 players saw duty. And everybody played at least 3.5 minutes.
Anissa Morrow, who got the start in the game against Colorado, came off the bench here. She's already logged 9 minutes, scored 6 points. Starting to fill up the stat sheet in just her second game as an LSU Tiger.
Well, Samaya Smith is one to watch as well. Yeah. She had 16 points, a career high, in the first game against Colorado. And Smith comes right out of the gate and now has 13 points, which is 3 short of tying her career high. So a good start offensively to this season. There's another rebound for Reese. Reese puts it on the floor, takes it all the way, scoops it up, and leaves it short.
LSU went 17-0 at the PMAC last year. They have a 23-game win streak in the regular season.
Johnson is able to drive that one home on a high bounce. That three-pointer for her gives her 4 points tonight. Tigers add to their lead, 60-33 now.
Back-to-back buckets for Samaya Smith coming out of the half. Now 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting.
That is blocked. Rejected by Flage Johnson.
Johnson now with 2 blocks in the ballgame. How often do you see somebody swat a 3-point attempt?
Here's the most double-doubles in LSU history. Sylvia Fowles, of course, played her whole career here and has 86 of those. Reese with 36, Mitchell with 36. So Reese with 1 more double-double will be alone in second place. 21 points, 10 rebounds.
Smith with the smooth handle all the way up the floor.
They are really getting number 5 into the offensive flow. 17 points. That's the most she's ever scored in a game. 16 points against Colorado, 17 tonight for Samaya Smith. Van Lith guarding Johnson. Johnson is cut off. Brisker. 4 to shoot. That's good, and a foul called. Count the bucket. There's something new with the clock this year in men's and women's basketball. When the shot clock gets to the 5-second mark, it also counts down by tenths. So it'll be 4.9, 4.8, 4.7, etc. Amari Davis dropping in the 3-point play. Tigers lose it. Smith lost the dribble. LSU will make a substitution at the next whistle.
Just a 6th turnover for LSU.
Yeah, they've taken care of the ball. Brisker in trouble, gets rid of it. Kick out and a 3-ball in the air, and a 3-ball is good from the corner in front of the bench by Nicole Gwynn. She continues to pump them home. Reese misses, gets it back, and is fouled as she's sandwiched between 2 defenders. Smith, who came out of the locker room on fire offensively, gets a rest. Morrow checks back in. Angel Reese, who is a good free throw shooter and gets a lot of opportunities. Reese tonight has been at the free throw line 9 times. She's made 9.
Take those numbers every day.
Davis spinning is cut off. 7 to shoot. 3-ball up, 3-ball in. Guess who? Nicole Gwynn. She's got 21 points on 7 3-pointers. That dribble is lost momentarily by Michaela Williams. Here's Van Lith leaning over. Left-hander sneaks into the lane. Tries to lay it off the hands of Morrow, and it goes out of bounds.
Kind of deja vu. LSU gave up 7 3-pointers in their loss to Colorado to Frida Foreman.
21 for Gwynn. They've all come from distance. Brister reverses, loops it up, leaves it short, and it will be LSU's ball. So on the floor now for the Tigers, Flage Johnson, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith, Michaela Williams, and Anisha Morrow. 64-42. Flage Johnson hanging in the air and uses the rim and the backboard before it settles through the twine. She's got 8. Poole and Poa will come into the game for the Tigers. Another 3-ball and another one in. This one even a step behind the normal distance. Gwynn is rocking, and Gwynn right now from three-point range is hotter than a fire ant on a fever blister. She is just ripping it from all over the place. 5:26 to go. Third quarter. LSU 66. Gwynn and the Royals 45.
Discover different Black Friday deals at Target each week. Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
We love our house.
It's on a great block, tree-lined streets.
The neighbors are observant.
And we're back at the Sullivan house.
It's lawn day, Sheila, and the leaves are piling up.
Bit of an eyesore.
I'll say.
Dry shave. Interesting technique.
That's going to come back to haunt him. Some people clean while they cook, not these folks.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Saves us a ton. If only they'd bundled the leaves. You know, I wouldn't have pegged these two as yogis.
I still don't.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
There's a 5'7" junior from Hartford, Connecticut, who is lighting up the nets from distance. Nicole Gwynn, 8 3-pointers so far.
8 of 13 from distance. She has a new career high. She previously hit 5 threes against Coppin State back in February for Savannah State. Her next bucket, Lynn, is going to give her a new career high as well. She had 26 points in this game, but look at that. 24 points tonight and 8 triples on her resume. We're still in the third quarter.
LSU has countered only once from distance. 1 for 9 are the Tigers.
And that was back in the first half. Biggest lead for LSU in the game was 31. The triples by Gwynn have helped cut into the lead now, back down to 21.
5:26 to play in the third quarter. Poole came into the lineup for LSU during the timeout. Angel Reese adds to her point total. It's now 25 with 11 rebounds and 9 for 9 at the free throw line. Reese got a hand on it, knocked it loose. 2-on-1 break. Taking it all the way and scoring and being fouled is Flossie Johnson, the sophomore from Savannah, Georgia. Averaged 11 points and 6 rebounds last year. Let's take another look at her in action.
Flossie Johnson from the baseline. Don't waste my time. All the way to the rack. Can't stop that.
When we come back, she will be shooting a free throw. LSU leads at 70-45. Just under 5 minutes remains in the third quarter.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice. Look nice.
Discover different Black Friday deals at Target each week. Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
Find what you love what you find. Always lowest prices at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
I think they got in the house.
I think you're right.
Stay away from my family. Why are you so strong?
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
You want me to get the spray stuff?
Get the spray stuff.
Where is it?
He's up here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
LSU's lead is 25 with about 5 minutes to go. In the third quarter, there are 3 in double figures for the Tigers so far, led by Angel Reese. 25 for her, Samaya Smith, a career-high 17, and Flau'jae Johnson has 10 points and a chance to get another one.
52 points combined there on 20 of 29 shooting. That trio, 69% from the floor combined. You know, Lynn, I know you love history. Ken Mulkey in women's basketball won the 50th national championship in LSU history. Do you know which Tiger program is credited with the first national title?
The very first one?
Very first.
That free throw is good by Johnson. Boxing team.
You're very close.
Wrestling team.
That came in 1949. It was 90 years ago. The LSU track and field team won the first NCAA title in Chicago in 1933.
They won the very first one?
That was LSU's very first. And, of course, the Tigers have gone on to win team titles in boxing, baseball, football, men's golf, and women's track and field.
A ton of them in men's and women's track and field.
I think 25 for the women.
A chance for a three-point play to extend the lead for LSU. This will be Anisha Morrow at the stripe. She set a Big East record in a single game for rebounds. She had 27 of them in one game against Seton Hall. You know, you were talking about national championship and trivia and history. There was a LSU boxer. I'm going to have to do some research to remember the name, but he actually knocked himself out in a bout.
Oh, God.
Where he was a big fellow, took a roundhouse swing. The defender the other boxer kind of worked his way into his body, and he gave him some leverage on the swing, and his elbow went all around. He started from the right side, knocked himself out with a right hook to the left jaw.
You know what? I had a chance years back to talk with some of the old LSU boxers, former Lieutenant Governor Bobby Freeman, Bobby Swallow, and Crow Peel, who was a heavyweight champion at the NCAA level. They used to play in the old Parker Coliseum, Cow Palace. They said they'd have 10,000 plus there.
Morrow rams in a flat jump shot. 76-47.
I still would love to see the men's basketball team play a game in the old Cow Palace. Just put the floor in the dirt.
Sure.
Get a little Jumbotron you put in the corner, have a video board there, and just let the fans come in. Everybody can dress up in their old clothes, get a nice hat.
That would be an historic night. Tigers are on the move now, and Latir Poa finishes it. We're going to have a short timeout here with 3:15 to go. LSU out in front, 78-47. Right now in the lineup, there are three Tigers three of the five who were on the floor at the break are in double figures. Johnson 11, Reese 25, and Morrow 11 now. As you look into the LSU huddle,
the Tigers have gotten a lot of points on second chance baskets tonight. That's kind of obscured that they've got 11 assists as well on their 27 field goals. They have connected on passes. They have done a good job of running the offense. And when there's a miss, they've had a body right there in the block to put it back.
LSU by 31. Still 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Poole, Morrow, Poa, Reese, and Johnson on the floor for the Tigers. Seven seconds to shoot. Reese knocks it loose. Shaw gets it. Deep three. Missed it to the left side. Rebound taken away by a couple of Tigers. Hanging jump shot comes up a little bit short. Missed by Johnson.
Reese ran the floor that time. I'd like to see the feed to her down in the post where she's high percentage.
Johnson was looking for her 13th point. Stuck at 11 right now. Tigers swat that one away.
Reese runs the floor again.
And there's an injured Royal, 5-on-4, and a foul called on the other end. And this is Hoochie, I think. Oh, I beg your pardon, that's Kenley Brown. That's Kenley Brown who goes down after the double team swat, holding her left ankle. And free throws coming for Reese. That's her first miss in 10 tries. She is 10 for 11 now, is Reese at the free throw line, and she goes to the bench. And LSU gets Samaya Smith back into the game. 79-47, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Third quarter. Davis may have drawn a foul. That foul is against Flau'jae Johnson. It's her first. Davis has a pair coming. 3 points tonight. Amari is a hometowner out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Averaged about 3 points and 3 rebounds a game last year.
She's the only player on their roster who's played all 4 seasons under Coach Brown, playing in her 60th career game tonight.
Samaya Smith again, and a quick, accurate feed from Kateri Poole on the assist. Smith has scored more points tonight than any time in her LSU career. She is at 19 after a 16-point performance against Colorado. Morrow with a strong rebound. Lopes into front court. Poole wants it on the other side of the defense. Morrow pulls up, says, I'll take a three, rattles it home, and that's the first one for the Tigers since early in the game.
You saw the look Morrow gave? I think she's going to want the ball back. She's heating up.
14 for Morrow. And a foul on Smith.
Second foul on Smith, just the 6th foul called against LSU in the game.
And only the 3rd team foul. That's great defense by Poa. She anticipated the reverse. And we've got players going down everywhere. It's going to be the Royals' ball.
Last year, Poa literally just drew 2 charges. Basically, blocked the player, stayed with the player, then set up on the quick pass to draw another charge and prompted a pull-up.
Smith rejects that. Looked like a lot of contact. There was not a foul called.
The replay on the video board's got Tiger fans into it. Great length by Samaya Smith. Picks up her first swat of the night.
And that replay did validate the no whistle. LSU heating up with a lot of players getting involved. That's Anisha Morrow. 16 for her now.
Could be the final possession of the 3rd quarter.
15 to fire. Johnson weaving back and forth, looking for help. Gets it down low. Nice spin move for the lay-in by Weaver. Weaver had 4 points against Ole Miss, and that brings us to the end of a frenetically paced 3rd quarter. LSU 86, Queens University out of Charlotte, North Carolina 50. We will return with the final 10 minutes in just a moment.
We have a special guest today on ESPN College Game Day, the Geico Gecko.
Look, just get to the part when you tell everyone how easy it is to ensure what's important to them. Home, car, even RV. Come on, there's an RV right there. Did he even see the talking points I gave him?
I don't believe so, sir.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to
points. We got the talking points.
At Target, get low prices on lights. At Target, get low prices on lights.
I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show me love. Show me love. Love like this before. Love like this before. I never knew there was a love like
Light up your holidays for less at Target.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
LSU 86, Queens 50 as we head to the 4th quarter. Anissa Morrow had 6 points against Colorado. She's got 16 in this game, and she is starting to become a force offensively.
Morrow, 6 of 10 shooting, 3 of 3 from the line, and she has revved it up here in the second half. She's been able to take it from the baseline. She's been able to fight off, attack down low, and still finish strong. And then the triple, just the second of the game for the LSU offense. She is red hot here in the second half of play.
Anissa Morrow, the transfer from DePaul, 4th in the country in scoring last year and 12th in the nation in rebounding, looking to find her footing in an LSU uniform, and she has exploded for 16, many of those lately.
And she was an all-conference SEC pick. I think when the end of the year She's going to have stacked up some huge numbers for the Tigers and is likely going to be an all-conference selection in year one.
She has scored as many as 45 points in one game. That's her career high for Anissa Morrow. 6 for 10 shooting for Morrow. The Tigers have Johnson and Smith and Poa, Morrow and Poole on the floor.
Poole looking to hit her first field goal of the game.
That's muscled in by Samaya Smith, and she has exploded in the second half.
Poole will take the assist instead. And yes, Samaya Smith shooting better than 80% in tonight's game.
21 points for her. That's a career best.
Nice switch on defenders there, but they can't get the handle on the ball as they head towards the basket. Turnover.
LSU will put it in play after it was touched last by Queens. Hawa Balde is going to come in at the next whistle for the Royals.
Smith calling for it down low. She'll get it.
She got it. Kind of bumped out of the way, and then the overpass goes out of bounds at midcourt. Turnover LSU. There haven't been any of those tonight.
They brought in the help defense and made her turn that pass around. When she's shooting such a high percentage, you've got to commit more bodies to her.
That's only the 8th turnover for the Tigers. The lead is 38 with just under 9 minutes to play. Uisi is in the game, wearing number 24 in the dark uniforms. Tiziana Uisi. Johnson kicks it out. Poa will take the three and left it short. Rebound hits the floor and saved by Uisi. Shaw will pump the three. Rattles out. Rebound pulled off by Anissa Morrow. That's her 4th. Poole is hooked for the foul. A bit of a hole by Uisi. She's a 5'8" junior from Argentina.
Lynn, I'm sure you saw last week, LSU debuted their documentary, Piece by Piece, talking about the 23 national championship season. They brought the giant video board down, and everybody came here to get a look at the documentary. That shot falls by Gwynn. She's now tied a career high, 26 points.
Stop the presses. That was not a triple for her.
I thought Flau'jae Johnson, oh, look at Poole with her first field goal.
The birthday girl, 21 years old today, knocks down the three.
Nice to see her come off the bench and hit that deep triple. Second block three-pointer of the night for Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae had a great quote in the documentary. LSU nearly lost to Southeastern last year in non-conference play. Flau'jae said, we can't play with our food. And I'm thinking tonight the Tigers will come out quick, set the tone. That's exactly what they've done. But she said that was a good lesson learned about respecting your opponent.
Gwynn took an extra step before she put the ball on the floor. That's 13 turnovers for the Royals. They had a lot of them early. Seven and a half to go. And a foul called for traveling. Yep, steps. Del Rosario was called for a walking violation. Gwynn wants to shoot over Johnson, but can't do it. Uisi makes a nice pass to Davis, who hurries the layup, and it was too strong. Angel Reese brings it up court. Reese gets it down to her teammate in the post, Del Rosario, and she was fouled. Del Rosario is towering over everybody, a 6'6" freshman from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
I think she's certainly an interesting recruit for LSU. Played in the World Cup in Argentina during high school, won a gold medal, and she's got something you can't coach: size. 6'6", and the ability to redirect shots, change the look on defense. She came to the States and played 2 seasons of high school ball in Tennessee. Immediately got noticed.
That was at the Webb School, and she won 2 state championships there. Second free throw coming. LSU leading comfortably, 91-52. There is Reese, somehow 1 against 3 down low, and she's able to grab it and score. Another offensive rebound, another bucket. 28 for Reese. 14 rebounds as well. Luisi trying to get by a couple of defenders, nearly lost it. It's recovered by Queens. Flau'jae Johnson with the interception, looks around for a teammate and says, instead takes it herself with the left hand. 13 for Johnson with that latest bucket. Here's a bit of quick trivia for you. When was the last time LSU scored 100 points?
The national championship game.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Flau'jae just 1 of 3 in the loss for Colorado tonight. Totally turned it around. 6 of 8, 13 points, and the takeaway.
LSU had 102 points in the national championship game. By the way, that's the most ever scored in a women's national championship game.
And there's the first bucket ever for Aaliyah Del Rosario in a Tiger uniform.
Angelica Velez has come into the game for LSU, digging in defensively. Wears number one on that gold jersey. Uichi going down low, and she is fouled by Janae Kent. .547 to play. LSU 3 points short of 100. Uichi with a pivot and an up and under shot, but left it short. LSU working it with an unconventional lineup right now. Del Rosario working hard to get a shot. 2 players are down for the Tigers, and Queens cannot convert on the other end, even though it had numerical superiority. Somehow that went in. Michaela Williams with that last bucket. Tigers are 1 point short of 100. Velez stops, pops, in and out. And that's lost by Davis, but touched last by LSU. So we will catch our breaths right here. LSU a bucket away from 100. 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. LSU 99, Queens 52.
These moves looking real
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
He's up here!
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
Stay away from my family.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
Nice smile, Brad. Nice.
Thanks. Crest 3D White. 100% more stain removal. Whiter teeth in 3 days.
Like $1 million.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest. And try Crest 3D White Strips Professional Effects. It whitens like a $400 professional treatment.
Scared of a little blood? Dr. Garcia?
Whoa! Crest Reality Checkup.
Bleeding gums are serious, Jamie. I must be brushing too hard. No, it's actually a sign of bacterial infection, one that could spread to other parts of the body. Check this out.
Unlike other toothpastes, Crest Gum Detoxify's antibacterial fluoride works below the gum line to help heal gums and stop bleeding.
Crest saves the day, huh? No reason to fear.
The #1 toothpaste brand in America, Crest. For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
Nice smile, Brad. Nice.
Thanks. Crest 3D White. 100% more stain removal. Whiter teeth in 3 days.
Like $1 million.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America, Crest. And try Crest 3D White Strips Professional Effects. It whitens like a $400 professional treatment.
LSU with a 47-point lead, and Bob Starkey out of his seat still talking with his Tigers. Starkey's teams on average have allowed less than 60 points per game every season since 2004. Bob with a truly unique career that includes coaching the #1 draft pick in the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal, and the WNBA, Simone Augustus. Lynn, Bob led LSU to the 2007 Final Four as the Tigers' interim coach and has 3 former players who have won Olympic gold medals.
And we mentioned it earlier, 6 times in LSU women's basketball history, this team has gone to a Final Four. In each of those 6 times, that man has been on the bench, Bob Starkey.
Tonight, his defense has held down Queens to just 33% shooting. And I'm sure over the final 4+ minutes and change, he wants LSU to continue to get better.
He did not like it a few days ago when LSU gave up 24 in the second quarter, 25 in the third quarter, and 29 in the fourth quarter against Colorado. That is unlike an LSU team. Kent lost it. Queens cannot convert. Carney on that miss.
Tigers have junior forward Amani Bartlett in the ball game now.
Bartlett with a couple of rebounds so far. Del Rosario puts LSU over 100. 4 for her. 101-53. 3:40 to play. In a tighter game, that last misplay and skid by the Queens player probably would have been ruled a travel, but this is a 103-53 advantage for LSU with 3.5 to go.
On offense tonight, LSU's had 9 different players score, including 4 in double figures.
The Tigers are on a 15-1 run now. Michaela Williams with the last bucket. She's got 9. LSU closing in on perhaps 5 players in double figures. Kent running the floor on the left side. Takes the feed. Velez with the assist. First bucket for Kent and a nice dish by Velez.
Back-to-back turnovers now for Queens.
105-53, 2:52 to go. Let's watch that last play. There's the little shovel pass. The teammate Kent running the floor. 2-on-1 classic break, and the Tigers make it happen.
Velez was a high school teammate of Del Rosario in Tennessee.
Kent for three. Hang! Kent with 5 straight points. A layup and a three-pointer. Davis, free throw line jumper. No. Rebound pulled off by Bartlett. Kent right there again, lays it in. 7 consecutive points for Kent.
Great job by Del Rosario. She caught that one a little low under the basket, immediately looked to find an open teammate, and LSU made him pay.
She was tight to the baseline, and she knew it, and then got it back to the teammate Kent. LSU thought it might have a steal with Kent taking it away, but she subsequently lost it. That's Uishi who puts it in. Tiziana Uisi. 110-55. 3 ball up, and that one is off the mark by Williams. Izzy Besselman has come in the game for LSU. She is a sophomore, a hometowner from Baton Rouge. She wears number 14 in gold. Adams travels. She was trying to get that shot away and then found herself eye to eye with Del Rosario, and that caused the traveling violation.
Besselman got into 19 games a year ago as a true freshman.
Del Rosario, strong move, nestles it in. 112-55, 60 seconds to play. LSU on a 24-3 run. Besselman fighting for the rebound, but can't control it.
Izzy is LSU's representative on the Southeastern Conference Leadership Council. Almost had a board.
LSU knocks it away. Besselman running the court, but Kent will wait. Besselman kicks it to Del Rosario, and there was a violation before that. Traveling call against LSU with 40 seconds to go. 112-55. LSU leading and about to put it away.
LSU 40 seconds away from their 24th win in a row at home in the regular season. The Tigers' last loss came to number 1 South Carolina during Kim Mulkey's first year on the job. The Gamecocks returned to Baton Rouge on January 25th. What a game that could be.
What a game that will be. Davis shoots and misses at the horn, and LSU comes away with a 112-55 victory. Next up for LSU, it'll be on the 12th of this month. Mississippi Valley, Kent State on the 14th. And then at Southeastern, and I'm told all the tickets have been sold for that one on the 17th. 112-55, a 57-point win, and certainly LSU in control from the start today against this Queens team.
I really like seeing LSU spread the offense around. 11 different players got on the board tonight, 4 players in double figures, and you did what you wanted. You had crisper passes. You did a great job. You were able to do what the fans expected tonight. It was a special evening in Baton Rouge to drop a pair of banners, including the national championship banner that will forever hang in the PMAC.
So LSU doubles up and then some on this Queens team, and that's the story from Baton Rouge tonight. For Garrett Wolbert, I'm Len Rollins. So long from Louisiana's capital, where the final score is defending national champion LSU 112, Queens 55. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.